This is Nacho, the Mexican guy from Florida, or the Mexican from Florida. I am here, and I am no expert, okay, just to make sure what you guys understand. If you guys follow my videos and want to do any of these little home projects, I am not a professional. I kind of follow the instructions, and sometimes I don't. But I am in my new house, and it's relatively still new to us. And I have close to 2 acres over here. So we live in the countryside here in Jacksonville, Florida, and we've been living here now for 4 months, my wife and I and our children. And being the countryside out here, it does get a little bit dark. Okay, so I decided to buy these security street light here from, I'm not gonna tell you the name of the store, but I purchased this yesterday and I'm going to try to install it. So I don't know how well this is gonna work or not. This is a security street light LED with 5,000 lumens. This is supposed to be waterproof and solar energized or solar powered, meaning you don't have to run any wires or anything like that. It supposedly has 2-year warranty or 15,000 hour life. It's again 5,000 lumen, and I am going to install it at a particular place. I'm gonna show you where, but again, I'm not a professional, so anything you see in this video here is purely at my own risk. And I would say if you don't feel any comfortable doing any of this stuff, which is again, I'm not messing with power or anything directly, so I don't think there's a whole lot of issues, to be honest. So I'm going to install this one here, and then on each side of my mobile home here, I was planning on installing one of these. So one on the far side to my right, and then one on the left side. And again, this is my plan. Again, these are also solar. These are 800 lumen, and these here are supposed to be pretty good. So you can or as you walk by them, it has a sensor that will turn on the lights. Okay, so I am really looking forward to see how they look. So right now it's still quite early. It's 6 o'clock, and we are gonna test these, see if these work out really good. All right, guys, here is the light again. We already unpacked it. This is what it looks like. It's a very simple mechanism. So here's my plan. I am going to screw this plate, which this is pretty much what holds this whole thing together. So this slides here. This is the solar side. It's pretty thick, and that is what it looks like right there. Okay, so I'm gonna set it in my pole up there, maybe like 8 to 10 feet up there, and it is pretty sturdy. It is a very thick plastic, and once I set this up there, this plate here, I am going to check my level, make sure it's nice and leveled, and I'm gonna put it pointing that way towards my house. So that is pretty much the plan right now, and it is not as hot right now, so that is definitely a positive. So we're gonna again set this light here. It comes with additional hardware, and it comes with the instructions as well. This is if you were gonna use maybe like a pole. It comes with these screws here, but I'm just gonna use these other screws here. Fortunately, this is not as heavy, so this should work perfectly fine. And these are for wood, and these they don't oxidize, so I'm gonna use these instead. That is the plan, and I'm gonna get that done right now. It shouldn't take me no more than 10 minutes. There's a power line, but it's way up there. So I'm nowhere near the power line. So we just gotta make sure we're careful, of course. But I'm gonna get up there in the ladder and get this done. All right, well, it is getting definitely darker, and I have already set this light over there at the pole. I have two poles, so I have this one here, but I'm not gonna mess obviously with this one. And then I have the one way over there, and that is where we set that light over there. Okay, that's where we set it up, and it is about 10 about 8 feet high from the ground up, and that one is pretty much done. Now I have two more lights to set up here. Okay, these two lights here are a little bit less powerful. That one's a 5,000, this one's only 800. But right here, sometimes I walk through here at night. I really don't have any lights, so I'm gonna put one in my little storage unit there and one on this side here. And it's relatively very simple. As you can see, you can use the two screws, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and obviously this will be facing upwards. Okay, now on that side over there, on that pole, I went ahead and set it up, but I used a level, so that's very important. I couldn't do it while I was recording and placing that over there, my friends, because you can fall off the ladder, and I'm not trying to get hurt, to be honest. But I have my trusty level here with me, and it's up here, and that's what I use to make sure it's leveled. But I'm gonna go ahead and set one up there and then one up there. I have no shade around, to be honest, so during the daylight it should charge up pretty nicely, I would say. Same with that one over there. The tree is nearby, but it is not obstructing the sunlight when from the light over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and set these other two here. They come with integrated batteries. I think they are rechargeable batteries, and you're supposed to turn this one on, and you can pair the two to turn on at the same time. All you have to do is link them. There's a button here that says link. You hold and press for 15 seconds, and then you can turn as many or add as many as you want. You have to make one of them the main one, and the rest you can link to the main one, and all the lights will turn on at the same time. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's very awesome, right? A very awesome feature. But I already linked them together, so all I gotta do is set them up before it gets dark, and that's pretty much it. We're going to see if they truly work or not. So I'm gonna get up there on my ladder, use my level, and set them up there. Okay, here we go. This one has already been set, and I am up here in the ladder. But there it is. We just turned it on. It's doing its thing right now. I just turned it on. There's a button in the back, and that's what it looks like right now. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna test them later tonight, but that one is working. All right, so I'm doing the last light over here. I centered it the best that I could. Okay, so I used a little bubble here, the center bubble there, and I just aligned it as best as I could, as you can see there, and make sure it's nice and level. Okay, like so. I went ahead and put one screw in there, so now I just gotta put the other one, and I'm using these that I use for decking screws, but they work pretty nice here. They'll fit right in like so. So it's very simple to put these lights on. Only two screws with a solar glass facing upwards. There's no shade up here. That tree is kind of far back. That's a neighbor's tree. And that's it. That's pretty much it, my friends. I am pretty much done. All right, we are done setting the 3 lights. This is the Hyper Tough. As you can see, it's a 2-pack, 800, and I bought them at the Walmart. And then this other one here is the one that is a Security Street Light LG, or GE, I'm sorry. That's what it looks like. And those are the 2 800 lumen solar lights. There's one there, and my son Mateo is out here helping me. There's the other one up there, and I have to use a ladder. Of course, I center them as best as I could to my little steel buildings here. I have the 2, one up there, one light up there, and then this one here. I really have no shades or no obstructions to any to the solar glasses, so it definitely it is definitely gotta work. And then obviously the main one that I needed is that one up there. I should have probably put it on the little casita there, my tiny home, but we're gonna see what it does there, and if I don't like what it does there, I will probably set it here on top. Even though this one has its own light, but it's not working properly, I have to take care of that. But it's already set up there, and we'll wait till nightfall, which is already getting dark, to test them and try them on and see if they really work. I probably spend like $70-$80 plus tax at Walmart, and I'm curious if it's gonna make a difference. I really have no lights back here yet, so that's why I had to set those lights up there, and of course that one in the middle of the yard because it gets pretty dark back here. I have my lights there, but still I need something back there, just to have some lighting in those parts of the yard, especially at night if you're walking back there. Anyhow, I will come back and see what they look like once it gets dark. All right, it's already dark, my dear friends. As you can see, it's a beautiful night out here in my property, in our house, and I am gonna see if the lights turned out to work or not. And these are the lights that I put from the Walmart. And look at that. Look at the big difference there. It's definitely a big difference. This section here was completely pitch dark, and they stay on like that supposedly, and I link both of them together, so supposedly by the time you get to one of them, it signals the other one next to it, and they both light up pretty well, supposedly. So they look like this. Okay, not too bright. Then as we get close, they are both, there we go. They're both supposed to light up like so, and now this section here is lit. Is that one working? That one working? Did it? Well, they are working. So now I have to figure out what's wrong with that one up there, because that one is a main light. But I am extremely happy with the way this turned out, because now, as opposed as before, we had no light, and now we have some light. Well, I have some lights in here anyways, but it is on the outside of, and I have to fix this here. So I have some lights back here, but now that we put those over there, we have some light over there, and I am very satisfied with the way they both worked. So yeah, I am happy with the way they came out. So these here are the ones in the back of the house. Turn off the light, turn it off. So yeah, it definitely lights up pretty well. As you can tell over there, it's better than nothing. But yeah, it definitely looks much better. That is acceptable. And then of course, we have these in the back of the house. So, but every time we walked through here to the little storages here, it was always dark. Perhaps in the near future I could have run some wires to the outside and set some lamps, night lamps, but I think that for solar and those two there, 800 lumens, it's actually not bad at all. It's actually pretty acceptable because those two are solar, and again they're 800 lumens, and again they are not bad at all. It's actually, I am very satisfied. But there, you can go in there, and again they dim down, but as you start walking near it, check it out. As you start walking near it, they both come on because they're both linked. So check it out. Just look at the difference here. I am definitely very satisfied by the way these two solar lights came out. I don't think they're that bad, to be honest. And yeah, and it gets pretty dark out here when it's pitch black, but with those two lights there, I think I want to put me some in the front here and maybe some over here as well, but that's definitely gonna be for another project, my friends. And I am now back in our little tiny casita. This is called the tiny casita, and I am in here now in my office slash tiny house, which I gotta work on. And I'm planning to finish this here. We purchased it about a couple months ago. We got it for a really good deal. They came and delivered it to our property, and right now we are it came as it is, just with the frame itself, the roof, a metal roof, and it's not the cheap thin metal roof. It's actually the thicker one. Somebody that knows about buildings and roofs told me that was good material, and I looked at it, and yeah, it does look pretty good. It has two lofts. It's got the loft on that side, I don't know what to call it. You got a loft on this side here, and then you have this section, small section here, which is my office space, and then I have this huge extra space in here that could potentially be divided into two sections, and I can make one room over there and then one room here, and then obviously my office here. Now I'm gonna try to put a second door, because you need two doors, another door somewhere back there, and then add a mini split that will cool the entire place. I was thinking of making that separate, put a little staircase up there, and just insulate the whole thing, put some drywall in here, possibly a tiny bathroom in here. I don't know, the possibilities are endless, but I think a mini split would work great in here. Anyways, that is the plan, and I guess I'll make some videos on that later. But again, I want to thank you so much if you're watching this video. Again, I am very grateful to God, first of all, to this amazing country, and I am just so glad to maybe contribute something positive to the social media community in this and I guess YouTube for now. But thank you again for watching my videos. I am Nacho, the Mexican guy from Florida. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you guys want me to make videos of. Again, I am Nacho, the Mexican guy or Mexican American guy from Florida. God bless you, and you guys have a very good rest of your day and weekend. Ciao.